Well, hey, welcome back to my bait cave. I hope you guys are doing good out there. Finally made it till September. Hope everybody's got a lot of plans for this month. It is getting into that good time of year for fishing, and maybe if you hunters out there getting ready for hunting season. Today I'm not going to be pouring any baits. I'm actually going to be putting some jigs together. I need to put together some football head jigs for BSBA. It's the Brothers, Sisters, Bass Anglers. There's some fishermen I follow way up in the northern part of our country. They're really good people, and they're always putting together some they're always putting together some really nice giveaways to promote their channel, and some of us small bait makers out here, and I'm working on a package for them. And also I got some stuff I'd like them to try out themselves and see how they like it. They're really good fishermen, so whenever I come up with something new, I like to send it to them and see if they actually caught anything on it, because that's a good indication that it's working in other parts of the country. I mostly focus on stuff down here in my neck of the woods in southeast Texas, and that don't mean the colors or anything else like that work anywhere else in the country. But I got some friends over in Florida, and a lot of my stuff works over there, and then they like the colors, so I'm always open to that. And they're like I said, they're really good people, and they're willing to try anything, and they're really good fishermen. So with that being said, let me get into what I'm going to be doing today. So for the football heads, I'm in need of a half ounce, 3/16, and a 1/4 ounce. And these are the colors that I had. If I was gonna powder coat some, this is probably the colors I would have used anyway. What I'm gonna do is these are the trailers I would like them to try out. I don't know if you can see them really good, but this is some watermelon candy craws that I'd like them to give a shot. And then I got these phantoms in Scuppernog. I think that's going to go good with one of them. And then I got this mean green, these mean green stingers. I believe that either all of these can be used as trailers or standalone baits, and I think they're really going to like them. So the football heads are 40s, but they don't have to be used that way. But yeah, and I got a correction. It wasn't 3/16, it's a 5/16 football head. Just wanted to clear that up. I know I get confused like that sometimes. But the other thing I want to send them is, y'all remember these Hyper Shift mullets from a while back, a couple weeks ago? Well, my idea of them is to use them on this a swing head jig like this, and I'm gonna send them a set of these. Now that's gonna fall in. It's gonna come in right in over that fin like that. I think that's kind of. I might find a better hook. See if I can. No, I think that's gonna be kind of good. So instead of just talking about it, I decided to rig one up. It's a little bit difficult, but when you get it right, and you get that fin right inside that hook like that, see how that's set in there. This swing head gives it a really good action. The tail has a great little flipper on it, good thump, and and these work good for me rigged like this. And I'm gonna send some of them up there now. They can decide what's going to be in the giveaway and what they're going to keep for themselves. But I thought this would be a pretty good item, and I'll send a couple of these and some trailers to go with it, so you can replace the trailers. And so then the other things I'm sending up their way is these are some Hyper Shift 4-inch minnows. These are open pour also. And this one's rigged with a 4/0 1/8 ounce owner beast hook. And this one is rigged with a 4/0 Trocor unweighted swim bait hook, just like this. These are two very productive ways for me to rig them. It depends on the thickness of the water that I'm fishing in, if I want a weighted hook or not. And I interchange. Sometimes I get Trocor hooks. Sometimes I get owner beast hooks. And these will take up to a 5/0 hook, but I have a mold for a 5-inch minnow, and then that's kind of how I keep track. It's just a simple way that I'm fooling with the hooks. Is the 4-inch, I put 4/0 hooks, but you could put a 5, is what I'm trying to say, or all the way down to a 3. So that's I would recommend this practicing with them if you happen to be the lucky winners, or if they decide to fish with these themselves. I would like to know how they doing in that neck of the woods up there. I would like to know that some of my color choices in lures work in other parts of the country. So I think I'm taking up enough time with all my rambling. So I'm gonna spin you around to the workbench, and I'll get started on wrapping up a couple of the football head jigs, and I'll explain to you how I do it and how things go. All right, so this is my my jig vise. It's really made for the fly fisherman. It's not a good one. I got this off of Amazon for not very much. I just needed something to help hold the jigs when I was wrapping. I used to hold them in my hand and do it, but with the arthritis setting into my fingers and everything, I needed something better to hold it. Someday my knuckles get kind of swollen and they hurt. Like I don't know what that is, but I can't clamp down on things sometimes. So the more that kind of happens to me, the more I resort to using stuff like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the biggest one first. It's the 1/2 ounce. See if I keep that in focus while I work on it. What I'm gonna do. So the way I like to get the colors. This is what. So like, this is a green pumpkin barbed wire skirt. It's I don't know. These are how they come in there. They're already cut for you. All you gotta do is cut the tabs off, but they're already sliced. Good deal. So, and like you see on the thing, this was a closeout. See, I'm always looking for a deal. So if I can get a big pack of closeout for cheaper than a small bag like this, you know I'm gonna get it, because I can always use the colors. And the other color I want to go with that is this kind of a perchy looking orange blue, and I think it's gonna all blend in to this color right here. So the very first thing I like to do is I stack the the layers like this. So like I gotta decide which I want sticking out and what I want in. You know, that's important. Now sometimes I'll flip them on the top of the jig, like right here. I may let me show you. So what is going to wind up happening is the bottom, the throat of the jig right here is going to get the first layer. So what I have to do is decide if I want this color in close or if I want this in close. So for this this particular setup, I want this green pumpkin inside the throat closest to the jig head, and I want this to be on the outside. Now sometimes I flip that when I flip the jig over, sometimes I keep it consistent. It all depends on the way I'm feeling. So this right here, you could get these really super cheap off of Amazon. Another product right here. That's an Amazon product. You can get these from Barlow's Tackle and everything, but since I'm not tying flies, I just go for the cheapest I can get. So you got to start off with a little thread. You don't need a whole lot because this thread ain't really what's going to be holding it. All this is here is to hold stuff in place for me while I'm building this jig head. I already forgot what I said. I think I said I wanted the green pumpkin in close to the jig head. So this will be exposed. So the way I'm going to do that is I'll grab both these tabs out, and then that way I'll get it right in half like that. I don't know if that was all in there, but see, I got it folded over like this. And then I want this, I need this skirt to come up to at least halfway across this little skirt recess right there, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what that's called. I think that's why a lot of bait makers don't really take me serious, because I don't know the right terminology of all this. So I just say words. But anyway, so see how that's just going to hold that on there for me right now. And you know, you could take like these little clothespins. You could clamp that up just to hold it in place and get a couple more turns on that. Want to make sure you get them straight though. And then this whole thing just rolls over like this. So this is where I really like the clothespins to come into play. Now you see, now that I rolled it over, you can see I got this kind of perch pattern out here in the front. Just clothespin that up, and then you can clothespin this, or a lot of times I just take this and twist it around a little bit. Not doing that great of a job. It's because I'm on camera. I'm already nervous about not knowing the right words for all the parts. Okay, so then I got all that jigged up like that, all rigged up. So I'm going to do the same thing. One more strip of each. And this time I'm not going to flip them around. I am going to keep the green pumpkin to the inside. So I need to do the same thing as I did exactly. I'm going to break that in half and have that perch pattern on the outside. And then I don't think you can see it on camera, but I got to get this plastic to match up right in here where the other one was, where the other one left off, and the same thing on this side. I'm gonna do this kind of by feel because I can't get my head around there. I'm trying to get this on the camera. I don't have that much room. But I think I got it. I think that's going to be good right there. So what I'll do is I'll take a turn, a full turn, and then get these all caught up in here like this, so that all this stuff's out of my way now. Now before I tie this string off, let me get one more wrap on that. All right, before I tie it, I can turn this a little bit and see that I don't have no open spots. See how it even overlapped a little bit over here where I couldn't see it, and that's fine. That's going to cover that up. So that's it for this thread. So this is the knot that I use. I just flip that over like that. I'll bring it down in there. Let's give it a little pull. Shit breaks easy, so you don't really want to get too serious with it. And then I'll do one more just so that it'll hold out until I'm finished with it. Just like that. So that's it for the thread. Now the thread's just going to stay in there. It's not going to do no more work. And I'll flip this back upside down, just like that, and I can actually get that little piece out of there. Maybe. It's not going to hurt nothing. It's just going to blend in being black, but I like to get as much out as I can so it's not sticking. So the next step, this is right here, you can see is 26 gauge copper coated wire, and I'm gonna use black. These come in different colors. You can get this at any craft store. I might have picked this up at Hobby Lobby one day, or actually I might have got this off of Amazon also. But anyway, I like to just pull a couple turns out. Let me see, they got these got a little slit where it goes, and that's usually 2 turns is pretty good. I might have got 3 just now. That's more than I normally get, but for the video, it's okay. So I like to I'll mash that up. I like to get, see, I call that one wrap right there, like one wrap. And I like to come down, get another one. That's 2. 3. And then one last one for good measure. And I have a wire twister, but I find if I just do this by hand, just like this, it's just as easy. See that? Just a little wrap. That'll keep it from coming undone. That won't come undone right there. See, I got a lot of access because I think I actually took 3 turns off of that instead of the normal 2 that I use. A lot happens when I'm trying to do stuff on a camera. So then the last thing is just that little piece of like wire sticking up right there. I'll just mash it down in there. See, like that. Just keep people from getting poked on it. Had somebody complain to me one time that they got poked on the wire wrapping. I said, okay, I was nice about it. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry about that. Didn't mean to poke you with nothing. I guess I left a sharp edge. But then again, a lot of these jigs, these special football heads and all, a lot of my jigs, I use a good sharp trocar type hook. I'm thinking that's sharper than that, but you know, whatever might happen, you always want to be prepared. You know, you want to try to make it as safe as you can. I guess all I'm saying is be careful when you're messing with fishing tackle. I don't think I have to tell you guys that, but you got a lot of sharp edges, right? So then you see how the ends are kind of held together. This is what I normally do. I'll leave it as long as possible, because what I want to send out a jig that once the owner gets it and this becomes their jig, they can trim it to however they want. Let me turn it this way where you can see what I'm doing. I just cut that off, nice and flush. Take this other side the same way. Just get your little tabs all together. Bring them in. Nothing to it, right? And just cut these off. Just like that. So what you're gonna have here is an untrimmed football head. So see what I mean? Like, it's good and long, a lot of skirt on here. It's a lot of skirt that can be trimmed any way you want it. So now I got to put the weed guard in it. Now with the weed guard, you can, if you don't want to fish it with a weed guard, you can totally take the weed guard and just cut it off right there with a pair of dikes. Snap that off and it'd be just as smooth. But when I put the weed guards in, I leave them long. I'll show you it here in a second. All right, so let me chuck this back up like this. Get that poking straight down. Let me get all these little tentacles out the way. See, I don't even know if they're called tentacles. I just call them for what I think they are. Hey, can you see that? Now I'm kind of torn. I don't know what color I want. I don't know which one's going to be the best. I think I'm just going to go with black. I think that's going to be the most blending in of them all. So all it takes to hold that in there like that, we got to get all that out the way, is this sorry about that. Don't want to make you seasick. But this handle moves around a lot on this camera. It's just really my phone and the holder. See this this Loctite super glue, same thing I use for the eye sockets. This ultra gel, it works perfect. So let me get out the way. Get a little dab down in that hole right there. And then it'll work its way back up the weed guard a little bit. And that's what I'm saying. You can cut that flush right there if you don't want it. It'll be filled in with super glue, so it'll wind up being flat. It won't be a hole no more. Give that a little minute to dry. So the super glue's seizing up. It's not completely seized yet, but it's getting there. So this is the other thing that I send them out with a full weed guard like that. Now most fishermen are gonna cut this off somewhere in here. They're either gonna cut it straight across, like to get a little something to point with. They're gonna trim this down to their liking. It'll be either a straight cut like this, or I see a lot of times and what I do too is a lot of times I'll cut it this way, and it'll still work, but this will be kind of on a slant like that, and that's another way of cutting that. And a lot of times, depending on what trailer I'm using, is going to be how much of this skirt I cut off. It's all going to be relevant to where I'm fishing. A lot of times I leave the skirt alone. I just leave it just like that. I don't even bother trimming it. So anyway, there's your football head jig. I got to get on to the next two. But that's it. Hope that looks good to you. All right, so I did the other two. So this is the one I showed you. That's the first one. That's the 1/2 ounce. 5/16. Did that off camera, but came out pretty good. And then the last one, the quarter ounce. I think it came out pretty good. So I'm gonna be packaging these up and sending them to my friends up north. And if you're interested, go to Instagram, or they might have Facebook too. I don't know if they do for sure, but go to Instagram and just look up Brothers Sisters Bass Angling, and you'll find them, and give them a follow. They're really good people, really fun to watch. They're very very good fishermen, and the boys built a bass boat out of a john boat, which they did a really good job. Reminds me of me when I was a kid. And the sisters are really good fishermen. They fish a lot of tournaments. I think you'd really enjoy it if you go ahead and give them a follow. So that's actually about it for me today. I gotta do some packaging and get some things out. A lot of bagging and tagging, and then let's see. I got an idea of a core shot video I want to make for you guys that uses a core shot stick bait mode. I think you might be interested in that. I got that coming up real soon. So if you'd be interested in that, just keep an eye out. And I'm working on my new color recipe book, so I got a lot more recipes I want to share with you guys. And then of course, last thing I got to tell you is don't get caught up in this rat race and forget to go fishing. A lot of good fishing left in the year. I'm actually missing out on a lot of it because I got a whole bunch of different projects I got to take care of. But don't you miss out on it. I'm gonna get my fishing in as much as I can, and you guys get out there and get fishing before that hard cold air comes in. And always remember, bring them kids fishing. Teach them how to fish. Show them, get them hooked on it. And you fishermen out there, fishermen and fisherwomen, you be that person in that kid's life, and let them know that there's some really good people in this world, and it's you. Other than that, I'm your old tired veteran. Don't forget about me out here, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the likes and the comments, questions. I really like the questions. If I can help you out with anything, I'm glad to help. So just type it up down there in the remarks, and I'll answer you as soon as I can. And thank you.